Welcome to a new series of They Think It's All Over. If anyone's interested in any spread bet, we're expecting Rory's waist to spread by a foot over the series. With David and Jonathan is a top polo player and well-known Casanova who says he's known 50 women in the last 6 years. Know me, that's a lot of people. James Hewitt. With Gary and Rory is England's cricket captain who, during the winter, brilliantly led England to their first Test victory in Johannesburg for 43 years, after a quite bizarre declaration by Hansi Cronje's South Africans. That's Hussain. We kick off the series on the terraces with our Sing When You're Winning round. We play the beginning of a song and the teams have to tell us what lines come next. This week, both our ditties are sung by the Barmy Army, the group of fans who follow the England cricket team around the world. David's team, your song is about the disgraced South African captain, Hansi Cronje.
Who do you think you are kidding, Hansi Cronje? If you think of England's done.
May I say, though,
here we go.
How exciting it is to have Nasser on the show. I used to love all your early work with Dennis the Menace. You were my favourite. And to see you this evening, for me, is the personal honour. And so, thank you for being here.
We are the boys who will stop your little game because we are Chief Inspector Chandrasekhar of the Indian Police.
Hey, great Welsh accent. It was like...
You're almost there, aren't you, when he does that accent?
Yeah, it's like being a Neil Kinnock for a moment, wasn't it?
I once saw the Indian Police. They were a fantastic tribute band.
Oh,
Roxanne! Ready in 20 minutes.
Mr. Brown goes off to town on the 8:21. He goes straight to the bookies and puts it on 10 to 1.
You can do it at normal speed.
I don't want to lower the tone too early, but me, you're posh. I don't barely understand a word you're saying. I know it's the same language, but it's like...
Since James has been here, David has started moving his accent a little bit, hasn't he? And they get together and you...
Do you remember Swift?
The major difference is James has had 50 women in 6 years and David's had 6 women in 50 years. Otherwise, they're identical, aren't they? These 50 women. Was one of them called Welsh Jane? No? Lisa the Geezer?
You know her.
What about Ghoulie Julie? What a mouth she's got, what a mouth. Strange place to have it.
Jonathan?
I read a quote from...
He's not had her either.
I read a quote from Jamie. He said, the 2 things you know about is horses and sex. Did you say it? You said that quote?
I did say that.
Because with Rory, that's just the one thing. There's nothing wrong with harming up. It's a victimless crime. Of course it is.
I was shocked the other day when they said they'd found Shergar. I thought, oh, no. I thought, I've left the attic ladder out again.
You know, talking about Nasser and how pleased don't have him on the show, and it is nice, because you've got Nasser on the show. You've got a sporting, legend in the making there. An honest man. I'm stuck over here with a loser and a love rat. You know? Hey, no disrespect. So,
James is not a loser. That's unfair.
You're the honest man, OK? And, David, you never took a bung, did you? You're wandering around, Jack the Biscuit, with your cricket bat, some bloke comes up in your bloke. Tell me about the weather. Next thing you know, you never did that, did you? Or so you say. However, Nasser over there is living above a chip shop in Basildon. You own half of Hertfordshire. Now explain that to me. And at least he wins the occasional match. You lost all of yours.
So we're still on the first question.
All right, you know what I think? Because I don't think these are the sort of, like, wittiest blokes in the world. I think they just sing the actual lines from Dad's Army.
3 points, yep, I'll give you that. This is how it continues.
Who do you think you are kidding, Hansi Cronje? If you think of England's done. We are the boys who will stop your silly games. We are the boys who will make you think again.
They've really got it together, haven't they? They've got that down pat. Yeah, the brilliant wit of the Barmy Army there, taking the Dad's Army theme and replacing the words Adolf Hitler with Hansi Cronje. They're only just beginning to find out how deep the corruption goes in South African society. It now looks like Nelson Mandela only stayed in prison that long because Hansi Cronje had bet on 27 years. Gary's team, here are the Barmy Army again, with a song about another captain who faced shame and humiliation.
Cheer up, David Gower! Oh, what can it be?
What comes next?
Like Jonathan, I can't sing, so cheer up, David Gower. Oh, what can it mean? You used to captain England with all the skill of Mr. Bean.
Nasser, if you ever lost 5-0 to the West Indies, you would resign as captain, wouldn't you?
I don't want to go into that now. Leave your options
You did it
open.
twice, didn't you, David? You lost 5-0 to the West Indies.
And we bought Wiltshire and Dorset, yes, probably.
Cheer up, David Gower, oh, what can it mean? Once a golden-haired young lad, now you're a silver-haired old queen.
And you can't sing either. Cheer up, David Gower. Oh, what can it mean to a man who had it off once with a washing machine? James, you ever done washing machine? No?
Just the blow dry.
Yeah. Just a blow. That's fantastic, isn't it? That's the
know you're
poshest rendition of a blowjob joke ever. Only with a blow dry.
Come on, boys.
Cheer up, David Gower, oh, what can it mean? You're the poshest commentator Sky's ever seen.
I know the exact word.
Ooh, that's not bad. I'll give you 3 points for that. The answer, strangely enough, is this.
Cheer up, David Gower! Oh, what can it mean to the best spoken pundit on the Sky Cricket team?
Now, Richard Keys would have been voted the best-spoken person on Sky Sports, but he's technically an ape. According to the papers, David's 40th birthday party was so loud that the next-door neighbours popped round to complain. Well, they would have done if they hadn't run out of supplies halfway up his drive and been forced to eat each other. And at the end of that round, David's team have 3 points and Gary's team have 3 points.
Unknown tribe. And as soon as it's not all over, there's more of it now.
Next up is a simple round called What's Going On? David, Jonathan and James, what you're about to see is a World Cup final.
Try to come round onto it. Easy for a start. And look at that
What we'd like to know is, what was that the World Cup final of and who was playing David's team?
That was a bloke in a Prince Charles mask. It wasn't the real Prince Charles.
That's right,
Although
yeah.
I think he was on the real Camilla. Possibly. I bet she's a lovely woman.
Camilla! James, no?
No.
Camilla.
May I defend my partner on the team? I'm sure he hasn't even started sniffing round her yet, so you leave him alone.
Come on, David's team, what was happening there?
Now, I'm going to stick my neck out. That was polo they were playing.
You're right.
Of course.
You play polo. Are there any actual rules to polo, or is it just posh blokes on horses with sticks going...
Are there any rules?
Any rules at all?
What? You were in the army, weren't you?
Yes.
Did you have like a top wank when you were there? You quite like that wank?
Do you mean rank?
Yeah, that's what I said. What were you, a major? Or?
It was in the paratroopers.
We recognise that as Summerettes.
Of course, Summerettes, of course. We knew that, didn't we? Summerettes.
They might not have known that, but you've been there too.
Oh, yeah, we don't know.
Jonathan, do you want to come over to the working class side of it?
Was that a polo groupie we saw there, I think? She looked very well turned out, because they always go for the first. She had a fox hat on.
Yeah.
She had a lovely ermine collar, I think. There's a bit of mink down there, and you couldn't see it in the shop, but she had a lovely little beaver muff. And it's so nice to see them taking care of themselves. She had her hands in a little beaver muff. Oh, I tell you, I'd love to put my hands in there, keeps them nice and warm. On a cold day, put your hands in a little muff. I tell you, it's lovely. Jamie knows.
That's my mum up there.
Has she got a motherfucker, boy? I tell you, you can't beat the warm coziness you feel.
Come on.
All right, well, we've established that it's polo on snow. The Toffs here think it's in St. Moritz.
Yeah.
What would they be doing? Is it like a proper fixture? Well, somewhere, you know.
St. Moritz.
Well, that's how normal people say it. Well, obviously, I'm not completely normal, but in the broad MV1 of normality.
When did you become the spokesman for normal people?
Hello, on behalf of the normal party.
What were the two teams?
I know that one was Berkshire, but I didn't...
Royal Berkshire.
Royal Berkshire, yeah. Brian Morrison's team.
Of course. Right. Berkshire versus...
The blue Berkshire Royals and the red...
Middle Eastern
Kerry
team.
Packers, Reds, Horse, Fast and
Could be.
What, who?
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, I'll give you 3 points. Well done.
Well
Yeah.
done, Jamie.
Got to applaud that, James.
Can't fault him on the polo, you can't fault him. Yet that was the final of the Ice Polo World Cup, held in St. Moritz this February between Berkshire and Abu Dhabi. The Sultan of Abu Dhabi had 400 tons of ice flown in so that his team could practice. And what a fun 2 minutes they had. Gary Lineker once tried ice polo and scored 15 goals. He tethered his horse to the opposition post and tapped them in as they came by. Gary's team, it's rugby for you. And what is going on here?
So what a moment for the fans as England receive the inaugural Six Nations trophy. Their proud captain Matt Dawson and their coach Clive Woodward wreathed in smiles.
So why the empty stadium?
That presentation we just saw there
Yep.
was the worst presentation I've seen since Gary last did Match of the Day.
What do you mean, oh? If you knew what he was really like, there'd be no oh.
Also, you know, I know some professional presenters saw you presenting that show. They had a whip round and sent you to Disneyland.
Very good coming from a giant ladybird.
Do you not like this suit or something? Come on, this is the worst dress show on TV. I try and liven it up because there might be some ladies watching.
Well, you've come on. Is that way?
That's right, I'm dressed like a giant blob hammer.
Shouldn't you all be revising for your O-levels?
He looks like the Burton's window in 1979 over there.
Is that your ram raiding days, wasn't it?
Come on, boys.
There's no one in the stadium. Wasn't one of David Gower's book signings, was it?
You ever write books, James? Perfect innocent question. What's wrong with you lot tonight?
I have written a book.
I criticise Gary's presentation. He goes, oh. I say, James, have you written a book? He goes, oh.
But did you write it yourself? Because obviously David and Gary have written books that they've never even been near. Did you write it all yourself?
Yes. Yeah.
Really? And punctuated it?
I needed help with that.
Yeah, I would have thought.
When you're an Essex cricketer, Naz, is it true what they say about...
Nas.
The boxer, Naz.
What?
Nas.
Oh, you're not the boxer?
So, back to the sports quiz.
It's good to see Scotland beating the old enemy, isn't it? Alcoholism. You know, when the Scots beat England, they went on a 24-hour piss-up. You think they'd sort of celebrate in a special sort of way, but no.
It's that thing where they snubbed Princess Anne, and they had to represent the trophy.
That's correct for 3 points, Gary's team. Well done. Yeah, that was Matt Dawson. That was Matt Dawson, the England Rugby Union captain, collecting the Six Nations trophy a mere 5 days after he was meant to. After the defeat by Scotland, the players refused to collect the championship from Princess Anne at the same time as the Scots got their trophy, so they headed straight down the tunnel instead. The Italians took part in the Six Nations for the first time this year, but they had to be talked into going up to the royal box to meet Princess Anne. They were terrified of mafia involvement after one of them swore he'd seen a horse's head up there. And so at the end of that round, David's team have 6 points and Gary's team have 6 points. Next up, we want to know what reasons lie behind a pair of goal celebrations. David's team, we take you to Filbert Street and Manchester United's opener against Leicester last month.
Another chance for Beckham. Oh, Flowers didn't see that at all.
So, David's team, what was the explanation for all that head rubbing? You see, that wasn't even meant. You've got them at such a level now.
They're making up their own jokes.
They are.
It's fine. Send a few this way, will you? That's Giggsy, wasn't it, coming up behind you there?
You see? It's pathetic.
Giggs had just been for a pee and found the hot air dryer wasn't working. Either that or he's just attracted to the rattling noise inside that head.
Yeah, look, if you push it, it rattles.
Like a lovely toy for little Brooklyn, wouldn't it? No, he missed it. He was fined, wasn't he? Because he took some time off when his baby was ill.
Yeah.
But apparently, he would have been back sooner, but although him and Posh had the medicine, they couldn't work out the child-proof lock on the child. Days they were there for. It won't open.
Makes a nice clicking sound. Oh.
It must be hair-related, because he's had a haircut, and he obviously...
Yeah.
He had a number 2, I believe, so he went in, he wanted a haircut, but he couldn't count any higher. Am I the only one, when you see pictures of her, you get a sudden craving for a bowl of Twiglets? I don't know what it is. I just really fancy them.
So he celebrate his
That's all it is. That's all it is. 3 points, yeah. They were showing off David Beckham's now legendary high-priced haircut. He had world-famous Vidal Sassoon hairdresser Tyler flown from London to Manchester at a cost of £300 just to give him a number 2. Victoria was apparently furious when David recently spent £100,000 on a gold snooker table. Every time she went near the cue rack, she had her head chalked. You see? OK, Gary's team now. It's back to Filbert Street again, and the moment that Leicester City got through to this year's Worthington Cup final.
And that's a good cross. And Matt Elliott scores for Leicester City. Leicester City in the Worthington Cup final yet again. And the team apparently very relaxed about it and ready for sleep.
OK, that was how Leicester celebrated their semi-final win against Aston Villa. But why did they all do that lying down on the floor business?
They just watched Gary Lineker's greatest ever Leicester goals video.
You can't keep accusing Gary of being dull just from Leicester. You're from Leicester as well, aren't you? Aren't you from Leicester?
No, I lived there once.
Well, you lived there. OK, so we've got 2 of Leicester's finest here, 2 fine examples of young men who come on this show every week and they lay down their talent on the line. They deliver witty bon mots, repartee of the kind that make Oscar Wilde blush with shame that he cannot live up to their expectations. Gary, I'll give you the floor. Amuse us now with some of your Leicester wit.
Thank you.
I've warmed them up for you.
I'll do it next week when I get my voice back.
You wouldn't have a cold if you ate something decent instead of those horrible crisps you have. I warned you about it.
You were down for the next...
That hot and spicy one when you're dressed like a devil. What's going on there?
Actually, be fair, what is going on?
That looked like an old...
I had to shield my children's eyes when you came on dressed as the devil. They're terrified of who they are.
I think it's something to do with Arsene Wenger, isn't it? I think that he said that Leicester were such a boring team, they put people to sleep. In fact, a few managers said that.
Yeah. Absolutely correct. 3 points, yeah. 3 points, well done. Here's Leicester's Robbie Savage and Neil Lennon to explain.
We fell asleep because previous to the semi-final, everybody was calling us boring. But we won that game 1-0 and won it in such style that we knocked all our critics. And really quite interesting, aren't we, Neil? Neil?
No, it was all because Leicester were accused of being boring. And while we're on the subject of Leicester, here's a close-up of the Leicestershire cricket team's photo in this year's Wisden. And a special prize to anyone who can explain what Matthew Brimson is doing in the second row.
Sweet Jesus.
Do you hear about that, Nasser?
I saw it at Lord's
You saw it
yesterday.
at Lord's? Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day. And at the end of that round, David's team have 9 points and Gary's team have 9 points. It's time once more for our regulars to manhandle a sporting icon as we play Field the Sportsman. Gary and Rory, you're first this week. Take your positions, put your blindfolds on. You have 90 seconds to work out who you're touching up.
James, it's all in fun, mate. It's all in fun. Honestly. Valerie Singleton. Tinky Winky.
Lala.
Oh, it was Lala, wasn't it?
Can we have our first mystery guest, please? OK, and your 90 seconds start now.
Sorry about that.
You know, I saw a Dutch cable TV show just like this once.
Hang on. I've got a medal. So Jim has fixed it for them, obviously. There's two of them.
There's a medal here as well.
Two. Two old people with medals.
That's not quite enough.
The Arsenal defence. Are we talking England heroes here?
Yes.
Oh.
What's the sport?
I can't see. Are there any sporting equipment?
Is there any?
Yes. Any balls or mallet?
Sport? What's the sport?
Are we talking 1966?
We are.
Oh, they've just got the MBEs.
England heroes 1966. It's the Russian linesman. Go for the team. Go for the team.
That's easy. Gordon Banks,
no.
Cohen, Jackie Charlton.
Oh.
Got George Cohen.
George Cohen.
Ray Wilson.
Ray Wilson, correct.
Oh, wow.
David and Jonathan, if you could move to your places, please.
I collected all the little silver medals from the petrol station with their faces on.
Did you?
Yeah.
And can we have our second mystery guest, please? OK, your 90 seconds start now.
Hey! You're one of the Cybermen.
It's a hang on. It's a barbecue. It's a salmon for the barbecue. It's got to be.
The great big Kit Kat. All hairy. Must be, it's either a bloke or female tennis player. Hey, David, nice calves, though. Have a feel. I know you're a calf, man. Quite a weedy neck, though, like a little chicken neck.
Which planet are you from? Who do you wish to meet?
Oh, it's another one here.
If he isn't English, David, he might be quite insulted that you're speaking to him like that.
It's, oh, this is what they give to marathon runners, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, marathon.
Well, okay, in that case, it's Pinto.
Yeah.
Antonio Pinto.
Well done. Of course you know. The Portuguese icon. OK, so at the end of that round, David's team have 12 points and Gary's team have 12 points. We end, as ever, with the name game. The leaders go first, which is neither team because it's level pegging. So, David, I think you can go first alphabetically. That's only fair. James, if you
Fellas,
could pass
stick
that
with me
along.
and just listen carefully to the noises I make, and then you can flatten all the vowels so it sounds posh, OK? If I go, ooh, you go, ah. Ah, ee, or
As many names as you can in the next 90 seconds, starting now.
All right, he's an England football coach. He was once a fella sleeping in a lay-by. He's got a terrible perm.
Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, there you go. OK, he's a bowler. I think he's West Indian. Second name sounds a little bit where you get Welsh people. First name, it's someone Cox out of Friends.
Courtney Walsh.
Yeah, well done. OK, he's a footballer. I think he's from boring Leicester City. First name is like someone the robot. Second name is Lily. If you were wild, you'd be, oh, I'm really...
Langtree.
No,
That'll be right.
Shut up! The pop star Williams. What's the first name? Someone Williams.
Robbie.
Right, OK, second name, Lily.
Langtree.
Robbie Lilly.
It's a perfume. Odour.
Cologne.
Odour. No, not
You're not helping.
Yeah, I am helping! You're too bloody posh, that's your problem! You should get out more!
Okay.
Lily! Lily! Lily, my...
Next.
Am I alone on this team?
Next one.
What?
Lily!
Colin.
No!
Brave New World.
I'm blankety blank!
You win.
Lily!
Brave New World.
Who knows blankety
What do
blank?
we know about blankety blank?
Why don't you watch the bloody TV like the rest of the country? I've got nothing to work with here. Yes, thank you very much. All right. Yeah, too late now. Right. He's a rugby coach. He's a rugby coach. First name is a posh name. It's like the chat show host Anderson. Yeah. Yeah.
Woodward.
So, yeah, well done. OK, this one, oh dear, is a golfer. If you wanted some queer beer, you'd go to this bloke. First name, what a lovely day. Well, Larry Grayson used to say, what a day.
Gay.
Yeah, and the second name, if you made some strong coffee or you made some beer, you'd be a...
Langtree.
We had it snatched from the hands of Lily Langtree? Who thinks of Langtree anymore? Half the people watching something have been out of Lily Langtree. Lily Langtree?
That was brilliant, Jonathan. Well done.
I've let down my Indian business friends now. I'm going to make him watch some proper TV. Sitting home reading about Lily Langtree all night.
Oh, dear. Gary's team, you need 5 points. But all of the names are names from Debrett's. No, they're not. No, they're not. OK. Take your time, Rory. Your 90 seconds start now.
South African captain, you know.
Hansie Cronje.
Yes, very good. When you're winning, you only...
Sing.
Golfer?
VJ.
Very good. West Ham plays French. It sounds like the English king who made the waves go back.
Canute.
Canute.
First name?
First name. Nightmare on Elm Street. Kruger.
Yeah, Freddie.
Freddie, excellent. Yeah, that'll do. Same Christian name as Bergkamp.
Dennis.
It's what people do in bookies. What do they do when you...
Bet.
Yeah.
Dennis Betts.
Yeah, very good. This is a
Anytime
boxer. Same Christian name as Wilson Home.
Langtree.
Wilson Home.
Yeah.
First name. And this is one of those words, these onomatopoeic words you get in Batman when someone goes, boof. Did I say onomatopoeic for Gary? Wham, but more than that. You know when you
bash
it off? Wham is very close.
A whack.
Whack, yeah.
You see, that's better than onomatopoeic.
This is a headline from Gay News.
Jonathan, you read that.
Ronald Reagan's wife.
Nancy.
Yeah, and a male sheep is a...
You.
I should be cocky now.
Male,
I say
female.
a male sheep is, and he looks at me and says, you. Thanks, Gary.
So that means that David's team have 16, but this week's winners is Gary's team with 17.
Hey.
Well done. So, our thanks to David, Jonathan and James, Gary, Rory and Nasser. We're all off home to our wives before James gets there. My name's Nick Hancock. They think it's all over. It is now.
Class A chat next tonight on UK TV G2 as the Silver Fox Parkinson celebrates the new year by having Billy Connolly on the show. Mind you, that's how he celebrated the 70s, 80s and 90s as well. Over on UK TV Gold, you can grab some porridge, and it's all kicking off after this and these.